taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut season off top, you stop breathing.
For real though, but yeah, no, this boxing, man. So boxing again. We had one notable card. I mean,
hold on, wait. Would you call this notable or just?
Yeah, my guess to the point where he is notable, but it's like one of those things. It's just like
if a notable fighter fights somebody that's not notable in the middle of a forest with no one around.
Yeah, my bad. I tried to force the Alontes Fox Fulgham fight, but yeah, that was a fail. That was bad.
That was a terrible fight. Like that was a horrific.
I don't know. That card wasn't hitting. Like it had something to it, but it was okay. Like it wasn't bad. Mm-hmm. I guess it was a little weak considering Golden Boy standards, but like the co-main wasn't bad and the Fundora fight was good, so it was a cool little card.
The Fundora fight, that Fundora Cruz fight, like I said, I mean that was actually a pretty good fight though. But now I know people are gonna be like, oh, that was a terrible stoppage and shit like that.
Nope. Look, fuck it. We at it. Let's talk about it, nigga.
I will say this though. Fundora was getting outboxed by Cruz. Like Cruz was actually really outboxing her, like mid-range.
He was, but the thing is, it's like if you have to move that amount and be, borderline scary to outbox someone, it's like. I guess what I'm saying is I hate seeing people outbox somebody, but they box in a sense where it's only a matter of time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And Cruz boxed like she knew it was only a matter of time. Gabriella get to her, and it happened.
Yeah, because eventually Fundora started landing her left hooks and her right hands. And and Cruz was like before she'd be like smiling, taking those shots, but then all them shits added up, know.
Now, whether you want to say, hey, niggas had to get up in the audience in the arena and tell Fundora to throw more punches and whatever the case, it don't matter. Like niggas, Floyd was damn giving Zab pointers against Corey Spinks, like
right.
Zab up here screaming at fucking Vargas against Trinidad, like it happens. That don't mean nothing in the fucking fight because they still gotta fight. And Cruz, for as good as she looked, only boxed like it was a matter of time. Yeah, you can't. That's that. When I say a matter of time, just to give you some more examples, so boxing like is only a matter of time is like Freitas against Corrales.
Right. That's a good example.
Cotto versus Margarito.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally say 1 and 2.
Right.
That's boxing like it's a matter of time where you're like, either I'm gonna get tired or this guy is gonna get tired of me first and he's just gonna quit. But the niggas who are like Fundora and Margarito and them, they don't have quit in them. Mm-hmm. You gotta beat their ass.
Right. And what Cruz was doing, and this was the thing too, like, cause I was wondering, I've seen a boxing robot, but I was like, geez, like someone has no knockouts, and then you see her punching. Now her punches were landing, but the thing is, like, they were landing like in a slapping motion. There was no turning over or none of them shots, and it was driving me fucking crazy. I'm like, yo, just turn over your punches. Just it will make all the difference in the world. Fundora will feel it.
He's too experienced. You're like 41 years old, lady. Like, turn the fucking punch. Like, this is the hurt business. Like, I don't feel sorry. I know people be having connections to these boxers and they know, but I honestly think I don't feel sorry because you're at this stage where people would kill to be on this stage, and it's like you're up and you're doing it, but you're not really cementing your foundation like that. Like you're outboxing her, you can't just outbox bigger people like that. You gotta put some type of punishment on them.
You're talking about the Cruz Fundora fight, right?
Yeah.
Like
I'm not mad at the stoppage. Me personally, I wasn't mad at the stoppage. Were y'all mad at the stoppage? I wasn't mad at the stoppage because if you turn your back against like somebody, that's gonna happen. Like what the fuck? I know people were shocked.
She turned her back and walked away.
Yeah, that's automatic. That's automatic. I mean, like
that was. People could say,
but people were complaining. People were saying, "Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit." No, it was fine.
Look. I'll be honest though. People wanted Cruz to win, which is cool. but she still did a big bozo no as
you can't do that. I mean, Fundora Battle Adversity, I thought she did a good job. I mean, what other woman has 2 straight stoppages? I mean, I know the other, like I'm saying, like, and it seemed like she's, she got a decent IQ because she made adjustments. I mean, she was looking kind of bad at first, but she made the proper adjustments to start winning the fight. I mean,
she has a little meanness to her, which I like. Mm-hmm. Like, these broads don't be mean enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I saw Fundora, like, she had the meanest grill on her face still. Like, when she was like, okay, it's time for me, because, like, you could tell she was throwing the punch with intent. Like, there was no fucking around. Like,
and that's why you can't be slapping with these people, especially bigger people. They gotta respect your punches. Mm-hmm. So you could be outboxing them all day, but if you're not chipping away at their health meter, if you only got 10 rounds, 2-minute rounds at that. Mm-hmm. So if you boxing a motherfucker and by the 5th round, their green stamina bar meter is still green or yellowish green, you ain't really chip enough at them while you out boxing them. Like, nigga, that shit need to be hitting orange a little bit, orange, yellow, something. Like, you not even making them tired. Like, you really making these angry.
But Cruz got tired though. Yeah, that's for damn sure. Like you
can't be getting tired like that if you the one out boxing motherfuckers.
Right. Like, yeah, and that's what made the whole thing is like that kind of negated her performance too, because she won the early rounds, but once she started getting tired, she started getting careless, started getting caught with that silly shit, and then the punches that made her turn around, because it was punches like if it was like a headbutt or something like that, and referee called it, then I was like, okay, that's bullshit. But Fundora landed a couple punches that made her turn away. And that's what
clear phase,
So I mean, all day, every day, like you got to stay engaged in the fight. That's there's more than enough examples of fighters being prematurely stopped because they're not engaged in the fight the way they're supposed to. And the best way to show not engagement is if you turn your back on your opponent.
Yeah, because it's not like she turned to her back and regrouped. She literally had her hands covered, turned like you didn't know what's going on, and as a ref, you're like, well, damn.
You gotta protect the fighter,
Yeah, like protect yourself at all times. People saying, oh, he could have checked on her. Bitch, if that's the case, take a fucking knee.
Right, exactly.
Like, come on, like, yo, it's like you have nobody to blame but yourself.
And she's like a 41, supposed, like Olympic veteran. Like, it's not like she's
Thank you.
Yeah, it's not like she's a fucking like. Yeah, there was too much because when that happened, there's too much pity talk. Oh, there's a bad stoppage. But when I see pros and like trainers talk about, and it made sense to me. I didn't see a problem with it, but people were complaining at first, and I'm like, y'all just never been in the ring before to say that shit. Or y'all never watched enough boxing to know that's a fucking that's no.
It's either you don't watch enough boxing or you're too big of a stand to realize your fighter fucked up royally.
Yeah, they just don't like Fundora for that reason. They just don't like...
Give Fundora her fucking credit, yo.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, like I said, the fact that the women fighters are not getting a whole lot of stoppages, but the fact she got, like Pilot said, her second one in a row. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a problem there. Like, it's like... Most people got to put respect on her name for actually making the adjustments, and even as she was getting outboxed, she didn't give up, and she made the boxer.
People were making a big deal about her making adjustments, or she was losing and she wasn't throwing enough punches. Yeah, at the end of the day, she won the fight and made the adjustments. Where's the adjustments Cruz was supposed to make?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I want to know. Hey, salute. What it do, Anthony? What it do, Chris Brown? What it do, salute.
Chris, we're gang. Oscar making chicken soup out of chicken. Chicken shit.
Yeah, like, because that card was like,
Yeah, like, Oscar has had made cards before where, it turned out like, okay, this is watchable as fuck, or this was dope. This was not one of them, and the one thing that was killing about the main event in terms of that was, like, I know they were thinking, like, oh, this is going to be fight of the year, because, they were leaning heavily on, of course, with Munguia having the fight of the year with Derevyanchenko, which was not supposed to be one. Like,
exactly.
That's credit to Derevyanchenko more than anything. Ryder, these niggas is hyping up Ryder more than Derevyanchenko.
Dog, niggas were saying Ryder is better than Caleb Plant. Like, fuck out of here. I'm sorry. I'm not even a huge fan of Caleb Plant. No.
I'm thanking Caleb Smith for making Ryder look this good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and the funny thing is too is like one thing about anything that Ryder was doing was ineffective. Like Ryder was just simply too. I mean, I know they were like, "Oh, he's so stocky," and he's gonna be hard to stop. Munguia looked probably the best he's ever looked. Like, I mean, especially after getting lit up like he was before. Like
Amir Khan looked taller than John Ryder. I mean, I saw a picture of them together. Amir Khan literally looked taller than John Ryder. I was surprised. I was like, damn, I didn't expect that.
See, that's the thing. Like, John Ryder's about the size of Derevyanchenko, might be, and he's naturally bigger, stockier, stronger. But he doesn't use his stature and shit and his physicality to the best of his ability like Derevyanchenko does.
Yeah, and Derevyanchenko was not even a natural super middle like that. He's a small dude, like, and
that's where the skill comes in.
Yeah, Derevyanchenko's skill was crazy. Like, Ryder has none of Derevyanchenko's core skills. That's what this
at all. Like, bro, like Derevyanchenko footwork is already up here. Ryder's is like here.
Right.
Derevyanchenko has quicker hands. They both throw combinations, but Derevyanchenko somehow throws them throughout the fight.
Yeah.
Ryder only does it in spurts.
Yeah, like he'll throw like one good counter right hand or whatever, and then there's nothing that falls up after that, And
head movement, Derevyanchenko got him on that defense.
Yeah.
Stays in the pocket, knows how to box. Like, just an all-around better fucking fighter. Like, I don't know what
I don't know if it's Freddie Roach Academy, but Munguia looked better as Freddie Roach than he'd ever looked with Morales. I feel like it improved. I don't know.
He was spoiling on the vine with Morales. That's not Morales' fault.
Yeah.
Because remember, he looked good with Morales too until we started getting the same fight 17 times in a row.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you're not gonna look good anymore because people aren't growing against you, and then you're kind of figured out already, so we're not going to find nothing new unless there's somebody better than you or truly on your level. Yeah. Derevyanchenko is about the closest person we've seen Munguia fight that was to his level. The only reason why Munguia is above Derevyanchenko is because he's closer to his prime.
Right.
You give me the Derevyanchenko that fought Koke and Jacobs, he might beat Munguia.
Right, exactly.
That's how close they are. Whereas Ryder, get the fuck out of here. Ryder, Canelo made him look great. And all the people was talking about, oh, Canelo stopped playing. Benavidez did it. Now what? Now, Canelo didn't stop fucking Ryder. Munguia did.
Yeah, they were driving me fucking crazy with that shit. Like, the commentators kept on mentioning that shit. You can tell because you can tell that Oscar really hates Canelo to the much that he has these motherfuckers saying that shit over and over and over and over again. I'm like, dude.
But then if you do the best revenge against Canelo is make somebody else a big star. You haven't done that yet. Like, everybody's like on some B-side waiting to get put on with a bigger fighter, and you haven't done that yet. Ryan Garcia, Virgil, like all these niggas, like, bro, like, make a star already. Like, I hate to be a nigga who's like, bullshit, you made Jay-Z, make another Jay-Z. I hate to sound like that, but nigga, literally make another Canelo. You got like 5 of them over there, nigga.
Right. And it's just like, Munguia, and like I said, and Munguia could have been one had he just been, if the matchmaker wasn't so horrible for him. But
it was right there for him. Look, if Munguia would have had a classic fight with Golovkin, win or lose, that's closer to being there. He would have fought Berlanga, anybody else, but Andre, dude, it's like, it's there for him, but they don't give it to these niggas. They don't reach out and grab it. Pause.
Right, and then with Ryder, with Ryder, like, outside of like, catching them with like a couple of counters and shit like that, Ryder wasn't really jabbing all that much. He wasn't really sitting himself. His footwork was not where it needed to be.
He buzzed Munguia early though. I give him that. Like, he hit him with a right hand or something. I was like, God damn! Like, and Munguia stumbled back. I'm like, shit, he actually hurt him. But the thing is, when Derevyanchenko landed those type of shots, he stayed on Munguia. Ryder just kind of, he lands a good shot. You know what? I'd say like Derevyanchenko shows you how much footwork is important in boxing.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta give angles. Like even
even offensively, because a lot of niggas think footwork is only defense. Like literally, like people just really, he can move, he's pretty. Like no, offensive footwork gotta be a beast too, nigga.
Right.
If you're in a position to punch people, you're half the battle's there.
Right. And this is the reason why Derevchenko has given everyone a hard fucking, every notable opponent he's fought is giving them a hard fucking time or a hard fight. Even if they
he usually has the better footwork. His Derevchenko footwork is at a 10. Everybody else he fights with, their footwork is usually anywhere from a 6 to a 9 or a 5.
Right.
Like, cause Jacob's footwork ain't bad. Golovkin's footwork ain't like none of these niggas' footwork is bad. His shit is just clearly better than theirs, and it bothers the fuck out of them.
Right. I mean, the only one who could probably say that wasn't bad was Koke's. Koke's footwork was actually better than Derevchenko's because Koke gave Derevchenko fits. You know, so
he's just an awkward motherfucker too. Like,
he's just awkward.
Good footwork on awkward niggas, and it's like, you gotta.
Yeah, Koke's the
what's that one nigga from 140?
Was that
fought Tim Bradley, Canelo, everybody?
Oh, Vasquez?
Yes.
Miguel
He'd be one of those
Vasquez.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, well, Koke gives awkward fighters a hard time, like him and Andre. Like every time Andre, he gave him a hard time, hard fights too. So it's like that's the thing. But Derevchenko is just like he's shown what you need to do to beat someone like Munguia, and just Ryder just couldn't do anything, and Ryder just kept on taking punishment, bro. Like. It got ugly early, and it continued to get ugly. Like it was just, like I think it was like one knockdown. I think he froze him with the shot. Like he hit him with the right hand, and Ryder just went like he froze and he just went down. Like it was just like
hit him with that Sub-Zero right hand. Like that nigga froze. Exactly. Then he had to hit him again or something. Like hold on, like. You supposed to shatter into 1,000 pieces, like bop, bop, like okay, like that.
But the funny thing is too is like Ryder went down 4 times, but the ref would not stop the fucking fight. Like it was just like,
the ref was giving that nigga a chance, bro. See, people wanted Cruz to get the Cruz fight.
Yeah,
they wanted Cruz to get all those chances, nigga. Like you ain't the main event, bro. Like
yeah, like Ryder was out there, like Ryder was clearly like he was finished. And you know they had 2 people on the apron telling them like, "Yo, the fight is over." It took the bellkeeper to actually ring the fucking bell to say to the ref like, "Okay, now this shit's done. Like, stop this shit." Like
what more do you want? Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I mean, Ryder, I mean, he gave it a good try, but like it just was never a good matchup for him because simply just the act. You know, Munguia is active. He throws combinations. You know, Freddie Roach got him moving his hands. Like, you know, Freddie Roach is a good for if you want to learn how to punch or to be more offensive, you go to Freddie Roach. Now, I mean, defense wise, you know, his defense wasn't as sharp as Munguia's defense wasn't as sharp as it was, but his offense was just so on point that it didn't matter because Ryder was just couldn't keep up with it.
Yeah, at this point, like you want a guy like Munguia, like we want everybody balanced. But some dudes, their offense is always going to be more important than their defense. So you rather them lead with their offense than be a nigga who's like, be on that fucking Virgil Hunter shit where motherfuckers thinking about punching. Nah.
Yeah.
Some of you niggas ain't smart enough to just be thinking about shit in the ring. Like, fucking fight, nigga. Punch.
Yeah, exactly. And
like, I ain't trying to call nobody stupid. I'm just saying.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, some people just, I mean, there are just some things that fighters are just good at. Some fighters are just not good for being cerebral or really having their hands and mind and their feet in sync.
Setting traps and like, nah. A nigga like Amir Khan, dude, throw 80 punches around. You'll thank me for it. Like,
right.
Like, nah, we don't need you poking and prodding and I don't know. Because when you start doing that too much, motherfuckers start dropping you at left hooks.
Right.
And we could just list off fights where that happens. So it's like, nah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I know Ryder, you know, he said if he had lost this fight, that he's probably looking at retirement. And although he hasn't officially like announced it, but it clearly, I mean, it's looking like the end for Ryder. I know, because it's like, what's he gonna do? This is 168. Like he's already fought Canelo. You know, he
got your big fights, bro.
Yeah, he's had the big fights, but he's either that or he's gonna turn into a 168 punching bag. Like, you know, because that's dude's future if he continues. Like, I mean, it's either that or Eddie will can banish him to the domestic circuit and have him fight in the UK or whatever, or something like that.
They gonna make a fight with Beefy or some shit, or
exactly, or get a rematch with Callum Smith or something like that. You know, but yeah, I don't want to see Ryder really continue like that, just be a punching bag though. But again, though, it's about fucking time. Like, I know he was politely calling out Canelo and shit like that. Like, no, motherfucker, like, you know, go ahead and, you know, call Canelo, say that you can't, you know, Canelo can't fuck with you. Like, do something. He was just being all polite and shit. Like, Oscar is damn near having the commentators talking shit like, whoa, you know, Canelo couldn't stop Ryder, but you did. Like, yeah, be disrespectful. That's what Canelo is.
It's an honor. He said it's an honor. It's an honor to step in the ring with them.
No, the fuck is not. It's an honor because it's the paycheck. He's like, no.
Niggas be respecting Canelo too much, and they get in the ring and respect him too much. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if y'all not bringing that Golovkin energy, where it's like, fuck Canelo, I'm gonna out jab this motherfucker and out throw him, I don't really want it. Like we gotta start. Like, the underdogs gotta start treating these A-sides like they're assholes, and they got a chip on their shoulder. Because y'all be on some. I'm so grateful for the opportunity, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, kind sir. I'll be so polite with you. No, nigga, put your fucking hat on, knuckle up, fuck these niggas, fight, bro. Like, all this simple ass shit y'all be on.
Android says,
one of the best. Like, fuck that nigga. No, he not.
You know, Android says Canelo took something out of Ryder as well. By the way, the production was on point. The zone is finally getting it. Props where they are due.
Wait, hold on. What happened with because the production? All that shit looked the same. Like, what the fuck?
Like there was good in between segments. I wish they would have interviewed some fighters if they were there, but there was some good, like, you know, like had some like a Haney segment, you know what I'm saying, in between type shit, which, you know.
Oh, y'all talking about that little shit, man?
Maybe I'm thinking that's what.
Y'all easily impressed, man.
Oh, you know I'm not easily impressed. I'm definitely not easily impressed.
You know what I'm saying?
Baby, nah, these niggas been on for 5 years. With billions of dollars. Ain't no fucking baby steps.
Yeah, but he is right though. Canelo did take some. The beating that. First of all, Ryder should have never lasted 12 rounds with Canelo. Like, Canelo.
Honestly, Ryder and Canelo took some from each other. Like, let's be honest. Like, because Canelo really labored in that second half of that fight.
Because he got tired. Because I think he was used to but you know, Canelo's not a stamina person. Canelo got tired. And he and when he got tired, because after he knocked him down, Ryder got back up and got back in the fight. Canelo's stamina just, you know, went bye-bye. You know, he started laboring to stop him. You know, but it's just like, Canelo's stamina is always going to be an issue. Then, you know, obviously the Bivol fight, it was an issue there. Well, Bivol was actually putting hands on him, like legit hands, but
Canelo's stamina always an issue. It just he don't fight enough quality people to bring it out all the time. So you see it. People think it improves, but it's just good, fighter.
Know, for a second it looked better, but it kind of went back to the same shit.
Yeah, because the ones,
dude. Anytime he's fighting somebody on his level or close to it, look, and we'll say, oh no, maybe it's the weight class. No, it don't matter what weight class. He's always like, okay, you can say Canelo has stamina issues in the Trout and Floyd fights. Mm-hmm. You could go and say he got stamina issues in the fucking Golovkin fights.
In all the Golovkin fights. Even the third one. Even the third one.
You can say in the Jacobs fight.
Yeah, that's
the Wall fight.
Yo, that third Canelo Triple G fight, let me know that if Triple G at least won at least a couple of those early rounds, they would have gave it to him.
Honestly, like, if Golovkin wins 2 of the early rounds, he wins 115, 113. Like, that was probably the most accurate scoring of the whole trilogy. Y'all get this nigga the benefit of the doubt when y'all know he's at his worst. Like, your boxing could suck a dick for that one. Like,
seriously.
Like, that's like grading the test when you done grading the test the correct way after you done took it 15 times and niggas said, okay, if you take the test the 16th time, we'll have you pass automatically. And then motherfuckers decide to really like, well, you got this one pretty good. Yeah, you got my 9 out of 10.
And Andrew in the comments, I did see Shakur fake retire because the Navarrete fight. I saw him do that little. I'm retiring.
Yeah, I honestly, if there's one fighter I'm not paying attention to right now on Twitter, Shakur Stevenson. Like he has, he has nothing to offer for me in terms of what I want. Like, dude needs to worry about his own belt. Don't worry about the WBO belt or whatever.
He's more embarrassing at this point. Like, extremely skilled and talented, but just he's getting to that part where it's like he's becoming unlikable. Like
I said, most of his fans dwindled when he tried to go Puerto Rican and went to Haney. You know what I'm saying? All those black fans that were on his nuts, Paul's like they all went over to Haney once he said he was Puerto Rican, and obviously. He lost a lot of fan base, I feel like. Yeah, because, if you're going to be high on this Puerto Rican shit, you better start being like Trinidad and start knocking niggas the fuck out. Yeah.
Which he was actually doing until.
But you can't, but you got to show the effort that you're willing to damn put hands on everybody. That's what people don't understand when it comes to knockouts. People can't see you one way, and then when you finally fight a nigga who has just as many weapons as you, or has one weapon that's equal to your 15 weapons, you up here want to be like, okay, let me be super tactical. Let me jump 20 feet backwards anytime he breathes. Like, nah, nigga, no. Like, people wouldn't respect Floyd's performance over Corrales if he ran all night. But no, he stood there and beating the shit out of dude.
Yeah. I'm
not saying that. There's some fights you might have to run a little bit, but you still gotta throw hands.
And that was a Corrales that was a killer. That
Corrales was better than anybody fucking Shakur Stevenson fought to this point, or maybe ever at this point.
Yeah, exactly. This is Corrales before the Classic War. This was
This was Corrales out was bodying niggas left and right.
Yeah.
So it's like, come on, man, like get this shit together. And yeah, I feel you, Android. I see the comment. It was better than the GP, the Golden Boy shows on the Zone in the past. Not saying it's show or HBN level, but an improvement for the Zone in the. I feel you, but I look at it like this: the improvements come off better around better cards. That's why I fuck with what Chris. That's why I fuck with what Chris Brand said. Gang, Oscar making chicken soup out of chicken shit. Like, yeah, you putting on the bells and whistles and you improve the look of the card, but the fucking card itself ain't popping.
Well, I will say this though, that arena did pack. Munguia is a draw.
Munguia's a star.
Yeah,
that's the whole fucking. That's the worst part of it is y'all have a guy that people care about and literally care about because y'all haven't done nothing with his career, and they show up and pack the seats for this nigga, and it's like. Y'all don't want to take the chance. He be like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go for the gusto. Let's get this nigga a big fight. Like, right now, a big fight would be big. Even Andre coming off a loss would be big. Like, bro, y'all not trying to make nothing happen. People talking about the Canelo fight. I have no problem if he fights Canelo because you know what? At least he's getting a top fighter somehow.
Right.
Even with, we complained about Ryan Garcia and Tank. With Ryan Garcia, but at least Ryan Garcia fought a top fighter. That's why Ryan Garcia Munguia right now. I don't like how none of these niggas is moving, but the guy who fucking steps in the ring with the better fighter will always get more credit than the nigga who's fucking, pussyfooting around, don't know what he want to do.
Right.
And Munguia actually has winnable fights.
Supposedly, Munguia comparably sold more tickets than Benavidez. I'm not saying, and maybe we're gonna parlay it to the Canelo news that came out, but I'm just saying it's kind of interesting. Munguia is kind of somewhat of a draw, and I've been saying that he's kind of a draw because you watch his fights for years on the Zone. For some reason, he brings out the crowd. He don't be fighting nobody, but he brings out that Mexican.
He's the biggest draw than Jose Ramirez.
Yeah.
But let his manager tell it. Jose Ramirez was the second in coming of fucking Benavidez, Munguia, Berlanga, this nigga, that nigga, Wilfredo Vasquez, Cotto, all these niggas. Like, so, I
will say, at least the manager's doing his position, doing his job.
If your manager ain't hyping you up like that, then I don't know. Like,
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Munguia's time is definitely come. Like no, I mean Ryder, yes, is a stepping stone. Like Ryder at least is a noble name at 168. But yeah, it's
ain't no
time.
fucking stepping. Look, bro, look, I'm tired of y'all niggas because I'm seeing people on Twitter saying it's a stepping stone fight. It's not a fucking look. Y'all keep saying it's a step up fight for Munguia is why we're having 17 step up in the fights in a row. Like, please describe this shit as something else but a step up fight or a guy with a name. Newsflash: Munguia's fought niggas with names already. He just ain't fought a big one yet.
And he's a former champion to boot.
Which makes it worse. And dude, at least with Ryan Garcia, we're like, okay, this nigga here, Instagram model, fake nigga, not trying to box, whatever, Like, he only has maybe a puncher's chance in all these mythical matchups. But we're like, fuck it, roll the dice, nigga. With Munguia is literally maybe the bigger, stronger guy, younger guy. He's like, he has literally all these advantages in his big fights. And he's not willing to roll the dice on none of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he sells tickets, so it's like, what is the fucking blood clot problem? Like, dude, like Ryan Garcia literally just had a puncher's chance with Tank. He made the fight, whatever, cool, whatever. Munguia, like Munguia could fight at 100%, and he could probably beat Andre or Johnny Beck or Adamus or Maul or whoever. All these niggas, he was in the air to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's right there. Even if you make all these niggas favorites, Munguia's like 60-40 minimum.
Easy.
Like, he has at least a 30% chance in all these fights. And I would say a 40% chance, but I'm just for the sticklers. With Ryan Garcia, he's literally like, he got like a 15-20% chance at most. Like, well, if he exchanges and the sun falls on the clouds this certain day in October, it's some bullshit like that. If he catches him with the left hook at the perfect angle while his eyes are a smidgen closed, like Danny Garcia, no. Like, Munguia got real shots and these niggas ain't doing nothing. So it's like, the fuck is there else to say, man?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I just hope Oscar takes this, because I know Oscar was, takes this shit real seriously, and like this, it's like, hey, get him into a big fight. Like, no more trash fights, no more fights where niggas is trying to hype him up to something that you clearly know that he's not. Like, put him in there. It's time for a serious fight. It's time for him. Like, you can't be like, he gave up a belt just to go up in weight, and he hasn't done anything. Like, it's just brutal knockouts and
we're tired of seeing the same shit. Like, yeah,
brutal losses.
My bad. What you about to say? I'm sorry.
No, I was like, brutal wins and near losses. Like, because eventually, Munguia, like we said before, if you spoil one day, he might spoil on the vine before this, and he might lose to someone he's not supposed to lose to. And that almost happened, a couple times already. Yeah,
it's almost already happened like twice. Like, even 154. Oh my god! It literally happened almost 4 times. But the plot armor is strong with that one, so we get it. But not everybody. Some people put in that cheat code and they block out the plot armor for like the first half of the fight, or they put a buffer on or some shit. So I mean, I'm almost to the point like the next Twitter poll would be who's gonna get the most significant fight first this year? Munguia, Tank, Ryan Garcia. Who else y'all want to throw in there? Because it's like a lottery at this point.
Right.
I know niggas can shit on Tio, but I respect the Jermaine Ortiz fight. Like, that's a legit real contender. Like, I don't say he's too small for dude, pause, because that's a big motherfucker at lightweight. So bringing him up to 140 is like, hey, like, we get you at your natural weight.